I want to show you exactly how hot this fire got last night. There's still shards of glass here in front of the door. We're going to take you around, came face to face right here. Problem is that when kids get to the crosswalk, the urge for homeowners is to try to keep the grass growing green. But the city says if you look close enough, 2 days should be enough to do just that. Bryant Goodfella Porella graduated from Lehigh Senior High School in 2007, but as you can tell, he went to the school of hard knocks. He's a bad boy. He was last seen alive Thursday night. His gray Toyota Corolla is still missing. We are in a mandatory evacuation zone, but law enforcement is allowing us to be here because we are reporting on the conditions. You can see we're right across the street from a mobile home park. Obviously, that is one of the most dangerous places that anyone could be. Fortunately, we aren't seeing a lot of activity there. The hurricane shutters are up. People are getting the idea that this is a very dangerous storm no matter where you are. One commenter calls this intersection of Santa Barbara and Veterans Parkway extremely dangerous, suggesting skywalks to help kids from Cape Coral High School get home safely. But one of the top suggestions, not enough sidewalks in Southwest Florida's largest city. Sergeant Williams tells me one of the most dangerous features of Periscope is its location function, which allows users to broadcast where they are and creates potential for criminals and predators to find new victims.
I am what I am. I'm just a painter. I love America.
Beautiful community.
The folks who live on Matt Lachey
There's a lot of independent people out here.
are as interesting
I love the sign. The art is fabulous.
as the architecture and the artwork.
The honks. Even the firemen.
And now this sign
Now we have Trump on our roof.
is also drawing a lot of interest.
I loved it. We got out of the car, took pictures.
Leoma Lovegrove
I've been an artist my whole life.
is a supporter of Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump,
I've been on the Trump J from day one.
and she showed her support.
I had 6 signs taken.
The stolen signs inspired her.
So I decided I'll just go big.
Huge.
And so I decided to put that up there.
And now Lovegrove's gallery
It's just a neat place. Oh, yeah, we thought we'd check it out.
is seeing big business.
And the Trump stuff helped a lot.
Business is definitely up.
Lovegrove wasn't expecting that.
Of course, that's not the reason. I want America to be great again. Yeah, Lisa, the fire department is finally starting to clean things up, but you can see just how much of a response there was out here tonight. At least 6 fire trucks, 2 different fire departments responded to this fire, and we're going to show you why the fire department is actually going to allow us to get a little bit closer to this house. We're going to show you this house is being considered a complete loss. Witnesses tell me you could feel the heat from this fire from a block away. The fire department tells us that when they first started spraying water on the house, it was simply evaporating. The good news tonight, though, the fire department tells me no one was inside.
The heat was atrocious, and the smell, the sounds.
Dennis Woods saw the fire first.
The entire house was engulfed. It was really bad.
The flames reached for the sky.
They were about as high as the trees. That was my next thought, that the trees were going to catch fire.
The call to South Trail Fire Department came just before 8.
They were terrific.
Lynn Adams saw the fire from her patio.
Within 2 minutes, the flames were at least 30 feet up through the roof.
She knew what she needed to do.
I went knocking on everybody's doors, make sure they knew what was going on.
Because of the way the house was constructed, firefighters were in danger if they tried to enter the house.
They realized it was a subflooring, which means as that gets hot, the firefighters can fall through into the floor.
They had the flames out in about 45 minutes. It's mop-up duty now. Firefighters are still cleaning things up. They were putting hot spots out for the last half hour or so, making sure that there were no more flare-ups inside the house. They tell me it's too early to know how this fire started, but the fire marshal will be out here as soon as the sunrise investigating how this fire started. We're still trying to figure out who the homeowner is, but again, the good news tonight, nobody was hurt, nobody was inside this home when it burned. If you wake up tomorrow morning and you have one of these violation flags in your yard, there's a good chance you just got busted. You were probably watering your lawn when you weren't supposed to, and the city of Cape Coral is cracking down.
Please don't water more than twice a week.
That's the message the city of Cape Coral wants people to know.
We do water twice a week.
But some people are breaking the rules. The urge for homeowners is to try to keep the grass growing green, but the city says if you look close enough, 2 days should be enough to do just that.
My husband got fines, and we learned our lesson because it's just not worth it.
The fines range from $100 to $400, and Cape Coral is ready to hand them out. Chris Conrad is a code compliance officer.
Water wasn't on, but probably after dark they were turning it on.
He's a former Cape Coral police officer. Now, in the dark of night, he heads out to find people who are illegally using up the city's water supply.
What do we got here?
Driving around tonight, we found evidence that someone was in violation. Conrad checked for a previous warning and then took pictures.
We got a sprinkler on. I was traveling the area and I noticed that you have a sprinkler on.
Julie Derdak said she didn't know the rules.
I didn't realize there was a water shortage in Cape Coral, and I had the irrigation on a little earlier. It should be at midnight.
But because she's a first-time violator,
no fine this time, but it could result in one in the future.
for people who continue to water when they aren't supposed to, the consequences could be felt by their neighbors. The next step for the city is to move to a one-day-a-week watering schedule, and if water levels get too low, reuse pumps will shut off automatically, which would mean no watering for anyone. Reporting live in the newsroom, Graham Hunter. Krista Mitchell is pleading for whoever stole her laptop out of her car to return it. It has pictures and videos, memories of her son Christian, who passed away June 24th, 2013. And now those memories have taken on a life of their own. A picture, they say, is worth 1,000 words. So a video must be so much more. For Krista Mitchell, these videos of her son Christian are invaluable.
This was him blowing a kiss on his first birthday.
Mitchell remembers.
His smile lit up the whole entire room.
The way Christian lived.
I had him look in the mirror and he said, my name is Christian, I'm a big kid, and I'm gonna have a great day.
But sometimes she needs a reminder.
The only way that my daughter knows about her big brother is through video and through pictures.
Tuesday night, Krista and her 18-month-old daughter were getting out of the car to head inside. She forgot to grab her laptop and lock her doors.
It was sprinkling, so I'm like, oh, I'll get the laptop when I come back in a minute.
Mitchell's laptop was stolen. It was filled with pictures and videos of Christian, who was almost 3 when he died, drowning in a kiddie pool while at daycare.
The videos are just like really important because hearing his voice is what keeps me going, and hearing him laugh, it's really what I hold on to.
And now this mother of 2, who has already been through so much, is asking for compassion from someone who took far more than a laptop.
I will not press charges. I don't care about anything. Like, if you just bring the laptop back, I will give them a hug.
It's hard to tell that there was a fire burning inside this home a couple of days ago, but there are a few signs. You can see a window boarded up here outside the front door. There are still shards of glass here in front of the door. We're going to take you around the back side of the house and show you some more. Now, this is the home that Takara Lindsay shares with her 3 kids. Now, I talked to her today. She says that the damage inside her bedroom is so bad they can't even stay here, and you can see another window along the side of the house which has been boarded up after this fire. Now, I wanted you to take a look at some pictures that Lindsay shared with me today. She said when she went in the home yesterday, the smoke damage was so bad she had to go outside for fresh air after just 5 minutes inside. You can see the extensive damage to the home. Now, this all started Saturday night when Lindsay's 16-year-old daughter received a threatening voice message. Lindsay took all of her kids. They left the home, and when she returned to the house around 4 o'clock Sunday morning, this is what they saw.
Once I opened the door, that's when it really got to me when I saw the room. I don't know, sometimes I have to literally get in the car by myself and then I go drive, without my kids because I don't want them to see me cry.
The investigation is ongoing. The Cape Coral Police Department says Lindsay was being stalked by another man. They have identified that person and believe that they played a role in the fire that happened here a couple of days ago. If you have any idea what happened with this fire, you're asked to call the Cape Coral Police Department. Reporting live in Cape Coral, Graham Hunter. The general consensus is that the conditions out here really haven't been that bad for this storm, but you can see people taking all the precautions they can. We've showed you this before, but this is that makeshift seawall that was built out here to try and protect against these waves. You can see, though, still very whipped up, still violently crashing against the shore where we are tucked here between a pair of condo complexes, the hope being that that seawall will protect against the erosion of this beach, which has already suffered some damage from past storms. I talked to Charlotte County Emergency Management earlier today. They said they were concerned about that and also about standing floodwaters around Charlotte County. And here on Minnesota Key, the rising waters stirred mixed emotions in locals.
A lot of heavy surf, very dangerous looking out there if you're a swimmer. So real choppy looking, and yeah. So I'm hoping our beach isn't too eroded this time.
Now we've showed this to you before, but it bears repeating. I want you to see just the damaging effects from past storms and how much that water has really caused these walls to break up here and that erosion that we've seen. That's why there were so many concerns about that. But there were never any evacuations in Charlotte County, but county officials did say that they have been keeping an eye on conditions throughout the day. We were just allowed for the first time to head over here and start to take a look at some of the damage caused by Hurricane Matthew. And I'm just going to step out of here to give you a sense of scale of what we're talking about here. This is a 60-foot ficus tree, which, as you can see, was completely uprooted out of the ground and across the road. The good news, it didn't hit any cars or houses, so that is the good news, but there's a little bit of history with this tree. Neighbors tell me that back in 2004 during Hurricane Charlie, this was knocked over at that time as well. They set it back up. I'm told this time they're just planning to get this out of here, but it is our first chance to have a look at some of the things that people are dealing with over here on the East Coast. In a moment, you'll be able to see the headlights of my car. I've parked it up the road. It's about a block away on Todd Avenue. That is where the shooting happened last night. And as we swing you back around here again, we're going to show you what is a very active crime scene. The Lee County Sheriff's Office is still here on scene. Friday night, her son was driving here down 12th Street West. When about 1 block from here, he heard the pop of gunshots. And then something even scarier. He heard the sound of metal clanging as a bullet hit his bumper. Take a look at this. Several cups of animal crackers and candles left here today, perhaps as a vigil to Cecil the Lion. Look, there sure is a lot to see here. Hillary Clinton in a cage with signs calling for her to be sent to prison. That's because the homeowner tells me it's his view she is responsible for the deaths of 4 people in the 2012 Benghazi attacks. That is emblemized here with the tombstones of the 4 people who were killed there.